it, the real nitty-gritty is that prevention. Why people don't use condoms. So if you can give me about 3, doctor, give me 2, then you will see where this comes in.
You mean Dr. Ofre?
You give me 3.
More?
And doctor can give me some.
Practices
From a man's
dictate,
perspective.
practices dictate habits or habits, because I don't have to go back in the day. Once you feel safe within yourself that your partner is trustworthy, even though you have that little nagging at the back of your head, you have the copulation, and then you give time, and then afterwards there's nothing happening, nothing negative, and you continue. And that forms your habit, because you trust your partner.
One at a time. Okay, wait. One at a time. Very good, doctor. And that is the problem we are having. Because we meet somebody, and that is the time when we are trying to know them, so our guards are up. But do you know that that might be the safest time? Because I just meet you, so I am into you.
Initially, that happens
into
until
you.
you relax.
And that's what I'm saying, that those first months when I first meet you, I am really dedicated, But it is after the relationship starts to, as it were, start to get a little stale, then I might cast my eye on the outside.
One of the reasons
Cast your
why
eyes on the outside,
Yes.
but think home is sweet.
You all know that you all said that you like variety. So I'm not saying that it is sweet, but I'm just saying from experience in hearing people talk that
Are
those
we talking about a twist street?
Pardon me? Yes. Oh yes. Men go out and women go out.
Because there's a school of thought that you must get married before. And my response to that was what? What's my response? Before you marry and you put on the ring,
Try out the ting.
you better check out the ting.
Yeah.
And the Catholic Church was adamant against it. I pointed out to them, too many people go to church. They're not compatible, socially or otherwise. But the church must demand they must get married. They do that, they get home, the thing ain't working. There's no high voltage, this and that. And then there's a case. As a matter of fact, that song came up the discussion right here in the studios with Jenny from Jamaica and Tony Fredericks. She had a page like Day Abbey. And this lady was 5 years not married. She was compelled to do so by the church. 5 years now married. She's suffering. What does she do? My response was, before you're married, you put up.
I am not in favor of that because
when you lock yourself into the
sex
contract,
outside of marriage, we say that we are
if
a
the thing
Christian
ain't working, what
society.
do we say?
There are other ways to find out if the thing is working, and you will know how many things you're going to try out. So if you have had 20 things, imagine you just have me like some cake where you're passing and testing.
I didn't say
and
continually.
So I see some men don't have 20, and then might mean none of them 20 working. So first, I hear you when you say one reason why people don't use condoms, it is the whole idea of trust, Dr. Ofre.
One of the reasons why people don't use condom is for procreation. Of course, we know you can't procreate without condom. However, that's why it indicates that there should be an effective communication and adequate planning to really achieve a goal. And even piggyback on what the king says. He says that in the aspect of, I'm losing my thought. In the aspect of relationship with other persons, you need to, I believe, this is my belief, and I think this is what I think is best. Counseling, in marriage, you have to, before people get married, they go through the counseling phase and everything.
Long before you say I do, make sure you're compatible.
Of course,
Before
that's
you
why the
pay
dating
for
phase
it.
come.
Before you pay for it, make sure the damn thing fits.
Exactly. That's why the dating phase come. The dating phase come. We have a conversation. It's true. You have a conversation. These days people
I wanna
don't-
hear your
people don't
thoughts on
have a
this.
communication anymore, or have any area of.
I want to hear your thoughts
dating.
on this.
Well, I'm not a guy, but from what I've heard,
From a female perspective,
From a
because it
female-
was a lady who wrote saying she was in this situation, encouraged by the church to go and get married before, and then 5 years on, nothing happening. So that was my response.
oh, so you want my opinion on that?
Yes.
I do not agree with it either.
Hmm.
I don't.
one?
I,
What don't you
checking out the thing before you put on the ring.
But
I don't agree with that. Go ahead.
no, because I was saying a lot of us do things without asking God's guidance. Okay? There are other ways for you to find out if the thing is working. There would be times when I might give you a hug. We
And
we
there's
are
response.
very close. And if you are smart enough and your hands might be somewhere, you
And
would
I'm
be
touching.
able, yes,
We're talking longevity.
you would be able
You
to
would
see if the light come on and
You're exposing
how
yourself
long the red light
to
is
getting a
there.
lick and a promise.
Yes.
No, and I'm telling you, okay, so what are you getting married for? Is sex the first on the list?
Nobody's
Is it
primary.
the highlight?
There's something called what we know as permissive will and perfect will. You know, you
Say
could
again,
actually
how again?
permissive will
Permissive
and
will.
perfect will.
And perfect will.
All right, permissive will is, God allow it to because you want it, not because that's what He wants. His perfect will is what God has actually designed for you. Because sometimes people go through life and experience and live in the permissive will for a long time, and that's why it could be very, very challenging. It could be very, very, devastating and disastrous. However, going to the part of trying, you end up getting yourself even confused. You understand? You get yourself even confused and end up, because the truth is there's no perfect, nobody is so perfect and unique. However, you sit down, analyze and say, what am I going in this for really? Am I going in for just the sex aspect, or for a joint effort to actually build a life together? You understand? I accept that not everybody is completely compatible. I agree that. But you cannot judge a relationship based on just sexual.
I'm not judging
You
on
know,
that. I'm
and
not
assault.
advocating that. What I'm saying, these are factors. We just speak,
Yeah.
speak about within the marriage and just causation. It's causation. I know a situation where lady stepped out and then she apologized because she had a weak moment in a perceived perfect marriage. She stepped out. And then she apologized. She said, that's not me, but I had a weak moment. These things happen.
Yes, of course. All the time. Okay?
Yeah, so let me go back a little bit about why men do not use condoms. So one of the reasons why I think men don't use condoms, because I speak to them.
Oh, this is opinion. It's not scientific.
I think
Yes.
If it's your opinion or is it scientific? Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Okay,
Let's say-
testimonials.
A testimonial?
Yes, that's what she said. What they tell her.
Oh.
Most,
So it's scientific
Most of
data.
them claim they cannot come in a condom. They cannot ejaculate in a condom. They don't feel anything. They don't get any sensation while using a condom.
Good point. Very good point. Have
But
you ever heard that?
there's
Nope.
there's a wide variety of condoms out there. There are a wide variety, and my suggestion would be to try them out. Try them out. There's one called Skin that feels like it's not on. It's very thin. It feels
Okay.
like skin to skin. But my thing is, what I see happening is that they're just sticking to one set of condoms and like, no, I can't come in them. Even to so, you could use the condom. You go inside. You use the condom, but when it's time to ejaculate, you pull out, take off the condom.
I've never heard that as a reason before. This is new to
You've
me.
never heard that as a reason?
Never.
I've
And I
heard
don't
that
really
many
have
times.
conversation with
Okay,
men.
maybe that's why.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah.
But I've heard that many times.
Okay.
I think in our field we get to listen and hear a lot from
Yep.
people, and in the act of counseling, you hear a lot, and people open up to you to really get advice from you. And I think that's the reason why
That's why you
she's really
asked if it was
exposed to
scientific
most of this
or just
information.
an opinion.
Yeah.
But you're in a position where you're collecting data.
Right.
And
So I
sometimes-
have never heard that from, back in the day when men had their boy chat and so on. I don't think that was something that was discussed
Yeah.
amongst boys or amongst men.
Yep.
yeah, and sometimes because they don't know how to properly use it,
Okay.
as such, that can make them feel uncomfortable using it.
Choose the female condom. I'm
So
curious.
then that is why the female condom comes in. Some people are saying that the condom bursts quicker. And we know that most of the times it's when it's not used or stored correctly. But the female condom is 40 times stronger than the average male condom. Some people said that it takes away from the spontaneity of the act, where when you're all in the groove, then you have to stop and put it on. But the female condom can be inserted up to 8 hours before the sex act, and that's why the young people, when they're going on the strip, they're already gone and the condom is inserted.
Is that so?
Yep. Then it is very thin. It is very, very thin. Although it is 40 times stronger, it is very thin, and it warms up when it goes inside of the female, so that when you as the male, when you are ready to enter, then it actually feels like the natural environment. I mean, it is warm.
I've never been
yeah?
the recipient of, so I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, you can try it later.
So how is it applied? I mean, seriously.
It could
You spoke about
also,
insertion.
yes, it could also be used as both as a male and a female condom. I'll tell you about that. My
And these can be had where?
You can
at the National AIDS Secretariat.
Okay,
Okay.
I know you've given out the male,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Okay. Okay. So here is it. Here it is.
Okay.
Can I? May I?
Yeah, demonstrate.
So it can also be used with water-based lubricants and oil-based. When you have the male condom with
And these are
latex,
demonstrate,
with latex, you must use a water-based
solution?
yes, or else it would it can burst. Okay. Do you want to see how it's inserted?
Yes, please.
Nice.
You need some privacy?
Okay. All right. So this is the inner ring, and this is the outer ring. And as one client said, well, not that they look like a shopping bag. I say, yes, it is to hold all that you don't want
Okay.
from the other person. So you take this ring,
Mm-hmm.
and it's pliable, it's flexible, and you just do it like that, and you put it inside. Okay, put it inside of the vagina, and you take your longest finger and you put it up through the lumen, and you push it right back, and it looks like this on the outside. Now this
Okay.
part would fit over the cervix, which is the mouth of the uterus, and that helps to hold it
And the cameras
in
are down.
place.
You understand?
Okay, well, you are seen, and they cannot come
way up back on
by us. And you can visit us anytime and ask for one and ask for a demonstration. So it is
Beyond this?
a very yes,
A demonstration beyond this.
yes, because you said that some persons may not be able to see, but if you come in office, then we are ready.
So
and
this
willing.
is a pitch to the general public.
Sure.
You Okay, you're saying you, so I thought you meant me specifically.
Yes, sir.
Okay, there's a better sense of understanding. Better sense of understanding. I think we're still having problem with the studio and but so it gives us a chance to continue sharing information with the public.
Yes, so with the drive now, we have what we call, as my colleague rightly say, abstinent campaign. It's the abstinent campaign. We're having a PSA that will be coming out shortly, with the young people from different schools and expressing themselves and showing that they love themselves too, to protect themselves and to secure their future. And also we have another video that will coming out in the use of adequate use of correct, consistent use of condom and how to properly, use it. And we have been going to schools, as we indicated, involving PTA meetings and going to business places to educate them and also provide testing services. And this, you can always reach out to us. We are available, we are accessible, and we are, there to ensure that you have the best services that you can receive.
Okay. What we do now, we have a chance now to take another station break. I think they're ready for us. And when we return, we continue with the education of our people about the use of condom. The cause, what we're here to discuss, is Valentine's shortly here on, 4 days from now. And we just want to remind our people to cover up and cover down. All right? So we'll be right back after a few words from our sponsors. Take us downtown.
Found the sound 98.9 FM.
Hey, my friends! Here's your Hostels Value Mart IGA specials running February 6th to February 19th. Now, our Value Club Blue Tag specials. Essential everyday frozen fruit, $16.99. Chobani Greek yogurt, $6.99. Essential everyday grated Parmesan cheese, $11.99. Blue Ribbon ice cream, $32.99. Arm & Hammer liquid detergent, $39.99. Tony fabric softener, $23.89. And now, our very low weekly value deals. Lagos juices, $11.99. The Duncan Hine cake mixes, $6.99. Orville Red and Bucker popcorn, $9.99. Rice Aroni, $7.99. Suave deodorant, $8.99. Tide liquid detergent, $34.99. Shop smart, shop Value Mart.
Supermarket shoppers understand that convenience matters. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Ample parking and the widest variety matter. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, we know that price matters most. Clean, spacious aisles and the highest level of customer service all matter. At Hortsport's Value Mart IGA, price matters most. We've renewed our commitment to guarantee the lowest prices in the Federation. Why? Because we understand that in this tough economic environment, price matters most. Shop smart. Shop Value Mart, where price matters most. Farms Estate Nevis and Wellington Road, St. Kitts.
Price matters most.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
At 22 minutes down past the hour of 11. We're going to 12 today. We have a new time slot from 10 to 12. You're logged on to WinFM 98.9. We're in the studio speaking with the good folks from the AIDS Secretariat from the Department of Health. We want you to know that Valentine's is just around the corner. And just to remind you about the practices that you need to indulge in safe sex practices is very important. We are speaking to all of people across the various demographics. Yes, it's the I don't say it's a season. I don't know. A lot of folks just are in from last week. They're still in the paraphernalia, red teddy bear and this and that. People are gearing up. Oh, you didn't take me out for Valentine's and make you feel guilty and all that. So in the midst of all that, primary to that, your health, you have to be aware of the prevalence, the increase in AIDS cases, even from the school age level, and make sure that you do the course correction is important. To no longer thinking, well, it's just another session is unusual. Take the time out for course correction. This may affect the quality of the rest of your life. Living longer is one thing. Living healthier is quite a different ball game. You've got to put in all the requirements. By the way, how does a healthy lifestyle affect a person who has contracted HIV? Having a healthy lifestyle, you're more physical, eating better. Would that
It actually, the medication helps to actually deplete the viral load in your system. Healthy lifestyle, like eating healthy and also exercises.
So being dependent on the
Both.
medication alone is not the best thing.
I wouldn't encourage that. I would recommend that. So we recommend and encourage a healthy lifestyle by eating healthy as well as also exercising. Anything you do to actually boost the immune system is actually a plus, to ensuring that you are more healthy. Just taking the medication alone is good. It's good, but it's better if you are actually carrying out activities that would actually stimulate and also agitate a stronger immune system.
In addressing all these challenges, does it feel that you're like pushing a boulder up a mountain? Everybody said.
Yeah, it is challenging. Honestly speaking, like you want to actually change is not easy. All right, and not everybody accepts change. We're asking people that somebody that have not been using condom, from when they start being intimate to start using condom. It's actually challenging. Tax. Well, however, we keep pushing to ensure that we can agitate behavioral change. So it's not easy, but we keep pushing, and we want people to understand that it is their responsibility to take their health really, really serious and more conscious about it.
Scare me. Scare the population. What are the symptoms that present? I know there's a medical science advance in terms of the treatment, but people are no longer apparently afraid of the detriments. It's no longer death sentence as was in yesteryear.
That is the amazing thing. Yeah, that's the amazing thing. Before you even scare, bring the
Scare me.
concept about the information. The thing there is HIV, as we rightly indicated, it can be in somebody's body for up to 10 years and they don't
Before
even
it presents.
know. You understand? And there's no specific symptoms on HIV. Right? So is that scary? Someone might come with a cold, but the end result there is that they're HIV positive.
So
it
I
may
can
not
then
really
say,
tell.
well, it can be in my system for 10 years, doesn't present, no problem. So, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Go mango first, go this and that. She looking nice, boy, ain't gonna condom later because it hasn't affected.
Precisely. And that's why even in the course of our testing, we have on our cards that we give, we ask that there's a window period. All right. So when somebody's exposed to HIV virus, it takes about 2 to 3 months for the body to produce a protein.
Manifest?
Yes, that we call antibody, that the test can detect whether positive or negative. For example, if I am intimate last month without protection, and then let's say for example, I am exposed, I do the test this month, it might show negative. All right, and that does not mean that I am negative. It's just that my body is still producing the protein that our test can detect whether you're positive or negative. Scare them.
Well, actually, that was the scare. That was the scare that you can look healthy, feel good, and just one day, let us say that you happen to get the flu and then you have progressed to pneumonia, and then we realize that you are not getting better, and the doctor just
Because
say,
your
okay,
immune system has been
right,
compromised.
and the doctor say, well, just let's perchance let's just do a HIV test, and so you would have progressed from HIV to AIDS, just like that, because you felt good. To me,
For those who don't know the difference, then just brush it off.
that is
What is
scary.
AIDS?
AIDS now is acute. It is acquired immunodeficiency syndrome, where you now have a collection of illnesses that would help the doctor to recognize that you have progressed from HIV to AIDS.
Irreversible?
No.
Hi.
treatable?
Once you have AIDS, you have AIDS. You cannot go back. So you would always have AIDS, but your viral load can decrease with treatment. But sometimes you would have gone to the point of no return. So we are asking you to come now. Just get tested. Testing is free. Treatment is free. The educational sessions are free. Call us in your churches. Call us in your business places. We don't have a charge on it. The prevention, the condoms are free. The lubricants, everything free. The sex look like it is free too. And so, I don't know.
They say the best thing in life is free. We don't know. One of those things we speak about.
But mommy always tell me that nothing in life free. So we are gonna pay at some point.
At some point. There was the other one we mentioned that it's called a ping pong disease.
Ping pong.
The ping pong disease. You mentioned earlier. Like you have it, it doesn't present for after a while. You can see it show up on your lips. Herpes, yes.
Yeah, that is that.
It's called a ping pong. So the similarities are between that and AIDS. It stayed with you throughout.
And there's no cure.
Yes, there's a close similarity. However, that also is an affects your immune system. That also there's no cure for it.
No cure for
There's
that.
treatment. It can actually be recessive, put to dormant states that it's there, but it can appear when your body immune system is down, and when you are like perhaps extremely stressed, something like that can really appear. All right. So, but that also have no treatment, no cure, but there's treatment on it, just like HIV. So
Treatment
that's
for it?
similarity. There's treatment. All right.
All right. And
But
you
no-
did mention
no
that it
cure.
can be transferred through saliva.
It could transfer to saliva and also, a sore. Like when
Okay.
people, that's why I told you.
Okay.
I like the light.
I'm advised to try the open lines to see if we get anybody who want to get engaged in this conversation. So 662-0989 gets you in on the conversation. If you're listening, give us a call. Let's hear your thoughts on this topic. Okay, was there a call on the line? Okay, caller, we apologize that we lost contact with you. Given a chance, give us a call again. And let's see what you have to contribute to this very important discussion as we prepare to entertain all the frills and thrills that comes with Valentine's Day, Valentine's Night, etc. Red and white and all that. I know a case of a person with herpes. Gorgeous. Let me say, just really, 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 really gorgeous. And she let me know she had herpes. So that was full stop, reverse, stuff like that. But seeing her daily, you would not suspect. And I'm thinking it's a lifetime sentence, etc., because I'm seeing that from that perspective. It's incurable, etc. You have to live with that throughout your life. How does that come about, if you know?
There is no specific documentation on how it came about that I know of, right? But I just know that it's one of those STIs or those infectious diseases that we have.
So she been aware of that. She's but other person are not really truly aware. They're kissing. They're saying, I don't want to go too far, but you force a kiss, etc. You run the risk of contacting that.
But also people having breakout in the genital
Areas.
right? So that alone also predisposes somebody to STIs. She can still have a productive life, and because as long as
She has. She
Yeah.
has. I mean,
So-
she have one son, and she takes very good care of him. But in terms of a relationship, she's mindful
she
of
could
her
still-
challenges.
Yeah, she could, and it's not a thing to be scared of, because if it is actually recessive, the chance of even transmitting extremely low.
Extremely low.
Yeah,
Wow.
because I have known of persons that are positive with that, but sometimes people don't even know that they call it a cold sore. All right,
Cold sore?
and
Oh, you
after
have a number
it
of cold
goes.
sores, etc.
Yeah, you understand. And most persons actually have this infection, and they don't even know.
662-0989. Give us a call. Let's hear your thoughts on this very, very Go to caller, you live on Voices.
Morning, sir. How are you?
Morning, welcome to the program. We have Dr. Ofre and the lady in the house in red. She's here to give you as much information. Pose a question if you have any.
Not so much a question. I just get a joke from the lady. Well, let me say good morning to them as well.
You just got a joke from the lady. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah,
The mic is yours.
Earlier she said the medication is free, testing is free, and the education about the AIDS is free, right?
Yes.
But then a couple minutes after that, she said, Mommy always tell her nothing is free. You understand?
You stop the
But I enjoy that. I enjoy listening anyway.
Okay.
It's okay.
I did say that after I said that the sex might be free too, but I'm saying that too much free sex, freestyle, meaning without condom, after a while you will have to pay.
Okay.
You got a point.
Okay.
Thanks for calling. It's good to hear your voice.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'm glad to know that people can actually hear us because we had a couple of power outage which would affect the communication. So I'm glad to hear that we're being listened to up there.
Yeah, I realize sometimes the outlet kind of low too.
So you have big plans for Valentine's?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, looking for you.
You live with me? All right. Great hearing the voice again. Okay, so we appreciate that. We are the first caller for the program, so we are encouraging others to call us, and 662-0989, and we're ready to go with the callers. So, go to caller. You're live on Voices. Okay. Alrighty. So, we got about yes. Go ahead.
Additionally, there are some persons who know they are infected and they are not telling their partners that they are infected. One, it could be because of fear, the stigma and discrimination, but we know of a few individuals who are willfully spreading it, and I think that Dr. Ofre would have a bit of advice on that.
Okay, Dr. Ofre, that sounds dangerous.
Yes, actually, it's a thing of concern, and that's why I think sometimes people make rash decisions that are not backed by adequate information, and as such, that is devastating to them and also to the public. We're encouraging that if you know your status and you're HIV positive and you know your status, and you think it is ideal to pay back because if somebody gave it to you, you must give it to somebody else. We say that is really wrong because actually nobody gave it to you. You took it. All right, because if you protect yourself by ensuring that you adhere to the prevention measures, you will not easily predispose yourself. However, we know it is not only through sexual intercourse that people can actually acquire HIV. However, if you are HIV positive, the act of going out to infect other persons might even put you at a devastating risk because you can predispose yourself to super infection. In other words, if you meet somebody else that's HIV positive and you are HIV positive and you are intimate with the person, that increase your viral load in your system even higher. So you move from just HIV and can, speedily move you to AIDS.
Are there any legal ramifications?
Fortunately, no. There is no at this point, and I think that the Ministry of Health is working strongly with...
So if a person knowingly infects another person with a potentially deadly virus, there are no legal ramifications for that?
Not that we're aware of. There is no legal intervention on that aspect there.
Hence, why we are saying that nobody really infected you. Let us be honest. Unless it's rape, you made a decision. You knowingly made a decision to get infected. For you know the risk associated with that particular behavior.
So there's no liability because
you had choice.
You had it's a matter of choice.
Right.
No liability.
We don't want to take away that
responsibility.
And that is why, it is twofold because we have to work on the stigma and the discrimination, because people are out there angry how we treat them. I mean,
I thought we were in this day and age gone past that
no,
stigmatization of
especially
people.
to our key populations. Yeah. Or, well, is what you were doing, is who send you. And some people don't want to like rent them homes if they know.
Really?
Yeah. And the gossiping is also a part of it. So when everybody going around spreading the information, how do you think that makes them feel? So they get angry.
I am the so-called victim of that. I didn't take it on.
But everybody not
I
strong
know it was
as
malice.
you. Everybody not strong
I
like
know it
you,
was
brother.
malice. And I
Yeah.
realized the person had a little axe to grind. So they try, oh, you got it.
Yeah, because you know that it wasn't true, but what if I know that it's true? I'm not going on alone, and that is how some people reason. So, you know what? You don't know who is who. Somebody is innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. But with HIV, you are guilty until proven innocent. And guess what? You could never prove that innocence really, because I could never really tell if my partner is infected.
I've always been an innocent bystander.
Oh.
But the point you made, Dr. Ofre, about the person who knowingly have it, and still go on and interact with other persons, they run the risk of increasing.
The viral loads.
Uh-huh.
And that is
progressing to AIDS.
yes, and that progress to AIDS, and that is a decision they are making that they are not well informed. And we're encouraging the public that it doesn't matter. Get tested, know your status. If you are HIV positive, we have treatment to bring down the viral load so low that you can actually live a very healthy and productive life. You understand? And we believe that, and it's in fact that if you are on the treatment and you're virally suppressed, the chance of you transmitting that infection to somebody else is extremely low. Of course, your health is your responsibility. Nobody will protect you as you. Nobody love you as you. So you have to love yourself enough to protect yourself enough.
We got about 15 minutes to go before we bring the curtains down. So whatever you thought you remembered or something, have your notes, let's have it. But one more question for me. A person who presents with HIV and they are discriminated against in the workplace, do they have any legal redress?
There is no specific. I can't respond to that right now, but I would say if we are called, we actually respond by ensuring to have a conversation, strike a conversation, and also create an opportunity to address the issue, and that major stakeholders will be involved in
Right,
this.
because it's not spread by casual contact in the
Yes.
workplace, in the work environment. It has to go through a physical,
Yes.
right? So that person with that knowledge, going to a workplace and being fired, discriminated because of that, they have no legal redress.
Yeah, and also, I was just reminded that even SK Alliance is also a CSO group here in the Federation.
SK Alliance?
SK Alliance is an LGBTQ community association where they fight for the rights of the
Persons.
hip-hops, right? The
Okay.
LGBTQ community. Also, I rightly indicated some years ago, that HIV is not a gay disease.
It's not okay.
It's not a gay disease. Anybody can actually be predisposed to HIV. And that's why it's our responsibility as human beings to actually protect ourselves, and actually get ourselves well informed. That's why we have smartphones now. We have technology to actually get information that you need, because people actually discriminate and stigmatize because they lack adequate information.
Papa George.
664. And you can tell him to call 664.
What you telling?
Yes, so and you guys can call, if you feel stigmatized, if you feel like discriminated, you can call 664-2939. I repeat, 664-2939 or 467-1234. I repeat, 467-1234, and you'll get advice. We can give you legal advice and give you advice on how to address that issue going forward.
Papa George. Remember Papa George?
Papa George?
The scene, Papa George.
Yes. Mr. Pension.
AIDS started with a bomb. That was a big song from back in the day. Quentin Pension, former director of culture, had a calypso. That's some AIDS that just come out. He had the song AIDS that with a bum bum
Yes,
bum bum.
and that is why the men who have sex with men have been under some
Scrutiny?
yes, an attack because the first set of persons, I think,
That present with it,
were-
the Rock Hudsons
and
and
that
those.
yes, that they were white gay men, right? But then we have moved past that because it is a growing trend now, as I said, for heterosexuals to engage in anal sex. So don't look at the gays, look at the sexual act itself, and that would cut down on the stigma and the discrimination. It is just that anal sex carries that higher risk.
And
Whether
so
it is from male
increases the
to
chance
male.
of carriers across the spectrum.
Exactly.
Because the walls of the anus is very thin, and it's not structurally designed, for that, and it's not lubricated as such. It could easily break, and then the presence of blood becomes permanent, and then people are being predisposed to infection.
Who would have thought this point in our development, some years after the big rise, and then the medical science advanced to a point where it was addressed, more or less corrected or checked. We will be here today discussing its growth, its presence, even among school-age children. Is there any particular demographic that shows more activity in this, or just across the entire society?
It's actually a
Age, otherwise,
we had early
Okay, close to
adults.
you.
We had early adults, all right, a couple years ago, but now it's across the board, from older children to older adults, right? So it's across the board right now.
You have people in the 60s, 70s presenting it?
Yes.
Really?
We do have. And we have as young as 13. So it is actually across the board. So it doesn't matter. As long as you're still sexually active, we ensure that you do that.
You did point out that there's a large sector, a swath of society that may not have been tested. So you're supposed to have like 10,000 as a marker. You have about 4,000 person tested. So you really don't know, have actually reading.
Yes. So that's why we're encouraging everybody. In fact, in all the shows, I'm just appealing to all the major parastatals. You could always, even the carnival community, even other calypso shows, and we want people to, in their own various way, join in the fight. Get the young people to sing about HIV. Get the older people to talk about HIV.
I got about 4 or
let's
5
address
songs
it.
on the topic.
Let's release it. Let
They
the
don't
radio
play them?
stations release it. Let them hear. As you keep hearing this, it actually strike an understanding or reasoning in their mind on understanding that this thing is still here. We need to fight it.
We're competing with what? Wind and girl and bend over and cock it up and this and that. Drink again is drink as this and that and that, right? So, Madam Educator, if you were to speak to a particular demographic or just the country as a whole, what would you say to people? Okay, hold a second there. We have a phone call. Go to call. You're live on Voices. Ouch. You have a next call? Both of them didn't get you. The mic is yours. Okay, let's see. Good day, caller. You're live on Voices.
Socrates?
Sir, welcome back to the program.
You all are still recording?
We are recording, yes.
Okay. I didn't know. I said, let me just try a thing. Greetings to you in Jesus' name, he who is the Savior of sinners from their sin and from hell. Now, the ladies, them still there?
They're here. They're all here.
Okay. What I would like to say is this. Now, I only heard up to a certain part. It seems as though the streaming, something going wrong with the streaming or something like that. So
Had a couple of power outages,
lot
so
that-
affected the quality of the broadcast.
yeah. So therefore, a lot of what you all have said, I have not heard. That is why I asked the question if you all are still
here.
recording. But anyhow, let me say this. Let me say this. Now, based upon what I've heard, and they were here before as well. Based upon what I have heard, okay? Let me say this. As a Christian, I will say the Bible is correct always. Now, the Bible tells us no fornicator, no sexually immoral person can enter the kingdom of heaven. If you die in your sins, you will go to hell for all eternity. So therefore, having sex outside of marriage, no matter how much condom you use, no matter even if you was to prevent diseases and infection, because even condom bursts, they're imperfect. But even if you had a perfect record, even if you had a perfect record, and you avoid all the sexual sins and that sort of stuff, all the sexual diseases and that sort of stuff, it still does not worth it. Because if you die in your sins, and in this case as a sexually immoral person having sex outside of marriage, and as a non-Christian, because you can't be a Christian and at the same time be practicing sexual immorality, living in it. And to die and go hell, all the condom use will not worth it. Will not ever worth it. So my thing to people is do what the Bible says. Repent of your sins and live according to the Bible. That is the best treatment for sexual troubles and problems and sexual evils. But above all else, you avoid going to hell, because that's the most important thing.
Copy that.
So, yeah. So, the lady who was there, who was here there before, she said she does go even to churches to tell them these things.
Part
what
of the
she's not
outreach.
saying
It's
radio.
part of the outreach, yes.
Yeah, but I would like to know if when she is in the church, if she does also be telling them to use condoms as well. If those who end
That's
marriage,
affirmative. That's affirmative, yes.
that she does.
She's going to respond. She's going to respond to you. We're pushing on time, so listen to the response.
Yeah. Well, I'm saying that's a big shame on those churches that avoid, that entertain such.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because sexual immorality leads to hell once you die in that condition, and no condom use worth it.
Got you.
It's worth it. Thank you.
Okay, take a response, Tom. Much appreciated. Go ahead, Lucine.
Okay, we are saying that we are coming from a health perspective. God has not taken away that free will choice. Man was given that for them to choose as they wish. And in our job is based on the health aspect. The church has its role, and when we go to churches, people in the church are still having sex, and those who are not having sex, they gossip, they tell lies, they are not forgiving it. It is the same sin that will take us all to hell. I mean, I don't know why some people think that it's just sex. And sometimes you don't even have to engage in sex, but if you sit on a bus and you see a young lady coming and all that you can do is to sit and look at her breast and her buttocks is a sin. So lusting is a sin. The Bible says if you look on a woman, so today we are not going into the spiritual aspect, because we started by saying that you must love God. This Valentine, love God and then love yourself.
Yep.
If
But
you
cannot
love
be
God,
loving God.
if you love God, you will be obedient. So as you said, that in the interest of time, it is 11:53, and we are wrapping up. And my final words to the general public, just as God said, I put before you life and death. Choose life. Whatever you choose, You must be in good health, as the Bible says, I wish above all things that you prosper. God is not dictating what you do, and neither should
He
we.
is.
So,
He is.
God says that you have a choice. So we are saying that on the 13th, it is International Condom Day. International
The
Condom
day
Day.
before the 14th.
Yes.
So chocolate on condom.
Eh.
Yeah,
So
but
we will
Socrates-
be in this square, and we will be there from 9 until about 2. So those of you who are not abstaining, abstinence is still a choice. But if you so choose to be engaged sexually, please know that it is a risk, and of such you should protect yourself. So
Yeah, but
look
the
for us.
Gregory, I respect
look
both perspectives.
for
I
us
do
in
respect
the
both
square.
perspectives. They're very important to have
Ye-
them out there.
Something?
Yeah, but let me say quickly. To
Quickly,
choose to
quickly.
have sex outside of marriage is death and hell. Not condom use is worth it. Even if you have the perfect
got your
health
point.
and
We
the
have your
blood,
point.
it still ain't worth it.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate that.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, cool.
Young lady, because sometimes when you're in the church, you're not only speaking to the congregation, but to those pastors who been back going to the little boys. Them, go ahead.
I would just like to end by saying your health is your personal responsibility, not no one else's. So please, it's easy, just have HIV and as one of your routine tests. Most people do an annual routine check. Just add HIV to that. Okay, and even if, God forbid, you happen to come out positive, there's medication, there's treatment that could help you to live a long, healthy life. Use condoms. Abstinence, like my colleagues say, it's still an option. So on the 13th, when we come out, we're going to be in the square, we're going to be on 4th Street. When we come out and give condoms, don't push it away and tell me, oh, I don't use condoms and so forth. Accept it willingly and make good use of it. Thank you.
I think that is very well said and very important as an educator. In the square on the 13th, from when time?
9
Okay.
to 2.
And remember to give those numbers you gave earlier of contact. So, Dr. Ofre, you've got the mic.
All right, you can reach out to the National Secretariat via 664-2939. I repeat, 664-2939 or 467-1234. I repeat, 467-1234. All right?
Those numbers include folks who want to have like a private one-on-one.
Counseling, testing,
Tell-
you reach
okay.
out to us and we will schedule a time for you that you can come and we have that covered for you. All right. Even the business places can also reach out to us and we can organize an outreach for them. Where we come to your business places, to conduct counseling, education session, and also testing for you. All right.
Okay.
My colleagues have said it all. It is up to you. It's up to me to make St. Kitts a better place. A place safe
Before you
from
get in trouble, so
STIs.
say Gis Nevis, okay?
Yes, St. Kitts and Nevis. All right, we can make the federation a better place. It's up to you. It's up to me to make St. Kitts and Nevis a better place. So let's apply wisdom. Even the Bible indicated that wisdom is profitable to direct. Let wisdom direct us. Let's ensure that we protect ourselves. Let's ensure that we are safe. Please reach out to us. HIV truly is everybody's business. Thank you so much for having us.
Well, I'm not done with you again because you were here, as far as I know, because you've seen an increase in the number of cases over the last couple of years, and
Yes.
it's cause for national concern.
Yes.
This is why you're here, not because you represent the Secretariat. You're saying to people, hey, some things, or how do you say? Things are not going well. So you're here, and one has to appreciate the fact that you're taking your job not only seriously, but the lives of other persons in the Federation. You're here once again. You mentioned being in the square and on 4th Street on the 13th,
Yeah.
but it's because there's concern. You did respond. It's not a national crisis as yet, but there's a growing concern about what's happening. So people need to take, those in our listening audience, those who you be able to reach by other mediums, need to understand this has not gone away. It is increasing. So pause, reflect. It's time for course correction. We have to address this through a national effort. You're doing your part. The callers who call in with their opinions, they also have their part and the role to play. It comes down to understanding what we're up against, what we need to do to remedy this this situation. And I must extend again to you folks, to the studio. Anytime you want to speak about this show, you just have to call. If I'm not here, the other folks will be able to entertain. As Lucine tells me she's faithful, she don't horn on the side, so she want to do it with me. So I appreciate I appreciate you guys being here, right? It's the first time I'm meeting you, very personable, and I'm glad that you're taking that position as I would say you're a healthcare provider to some extent. Yes. All right. So once again, inside and off, you can tell the folks who you are and your contacts.
All right, thank you so much. We are from the National AIDS Secretariat in the Ministry of Health, and we are very passionate people. We're passionate with our jobs, and we love what we do, and we are encouraging the public to join us in this fight.
And you yourself is?
I am Dr. Matthias Ofre, the National AIDS Program Coordinator.
Okay.
And I am Lucine Pemberton Vaughan.
Lady in red today.
I am health educator, counselor, and rapid tester. I just want to let you know that when you see the big red on Valentine's, see it as a stoplight. It means stop before you go any further. Consider the action and the repercussions and be wise.
I like that. Lady in cream, what happened in cream on Valentine's Day?
I am Shalomi Pennyfeather, health educator, rapid tester. Just come and add some condoms to your Valentine's Day package. I'll be on 4th Street and in the square on Thursday.
Thank you once again to come into the studios of WinFM 98.9. It's 12 p.m. We now must wrap up today's presentation of Voices. Pardon? Okay, and headlines are due in about 60 seconds, so stay tuned for today's midday broadcast, and we will speak to you on another program, another place, another time. It's been a pleasure. My name is Socrates. Adio.
We're different. We're 98.9. 98.9. Win FM.